Welcome to Reading with Joan. We're here today again to continue our stories. And once again, reading with me is
Jemima
and
Jedidah.
kids from home watching on Zoom. You're welcome. You're welcome, Iron Bio. You're welcome, Ada Chinzi, and you're welcome, Joshi and Favor. You're welcome, guys. And so, kids, we want to continue reading our book. Jed, can you continue from the chapter you're reading?
Chapter 4.
Yeah, so we're on chapter 4 on Wartman. If you have the book, you can just sit down and read with us. If you don't listen, take a snack with you and enjoy yourself as you read with us. Come on.
First thing he'd say to me in the morning would be, "Out of the bathroom, Wartman." And then at breakfast, "Pass the milk, Wartman." He'd even call me Wartman in front of his friends when they came to the house. Mom looked daggers at him, but she never stopped him. Things were going from bad to worse. I was sitting on my bed one night. Jim's music was pounding and thumping away next door as usual. I was just looking at my warts, worrying about it, when Jim came in. "Love," he said, clicking his fingers to the music. "It's the only thing, Wartman." "What?" "You've got to learn to love it, Wartman," he said. I threw a slipper at him, but it missed. It sounded silly. Everything Jim said sounded silly, but I was thinking about it in bed that night, and it began to make a little sense. I knew I couldn't love my work, but I also knew that it wasn't going to disappear the next day or the day after that. So I was going to have to live with it. I decided a name could help.
Continue reading.
So I called it George. Every day after that, when I covered him with plaster in the alleyway, I'd whisper, "Good night, George." And when I took it off, just before I got home, I'd say something like, "Oh, hello, George. You still there?" And he always was, as immovable as a limped on the rock face. But at school there was trouble. Real trouble. I'd been wearing plaster for my knee on months now, and people were asking questions. I told everyone that it was a cut, that I'd fallen off my bike at the bottom of Berry Hill. I'd gone into how the blood had gushed out into the road, and how they had to rush me into a hospital. I had 4 stitches. No
anesthetic
either. It was a good story, and I was proud of it. It was in PE one day when Miss Erskine asked me, "Aren't they out yet, Lily?" "What, miss?" "Those stitches in your knee." "Oh, yes, miss." "Last week, miss. Doctor pulled them out." "How many did you say there were?" She was suspicious, I could tell. 3. 3. No, 4. That's right, 4. I tell you, it wasn't easy getting my story right each time, down to the last detail. Sooner or later, I'm going to be found out. Sooner or later, my cut would have to heal. Somehow the plaster would have to come off, but the plaster did come off, but not how I planned it. Not how I planned it
At
at all. It was Wednesday afternoon playtime. A few of us were kicking a ball around in the playground. The field was too wet to go on. I was doing my Geek style dribbling as well as I ever at. I was flying past Darren, who could only stand and gape at me. I was weaving around Tom and Barry, who were already blaming each other for the goal I hadn't yet scored, when suddenly there was Penny Prosser, just standing there, right in my way, right in the middle of our game. So I went to dribble around her towards the goal. And you know what she did? She stuck her foot out and tripped me.
Oh dear.
Down I went, rolling over and over and over until I ended up in a heap. I ended up in a heap in the goal. My knees, my elbows, my nose, everything was stinging, and my head was spinning. I looked up. Mrs. Ruskin was bending over me. She was a bit of a blur at first. "You right, Dilly?" she asked. I was clutching my knee, moaning and groaning. That's when I discovered the placard one. There was this sticky, gritty graze under my hand. The crowd was gathering, staring down at me, pushing, shoving for the best place. It was a disaster, a real disaster. I mean, I'd missed the goal first on my knees and my elbows, and my nose burned and throbbed. And worst of all, my work was about to be discovered. I was about to be found out. "Let's take a look, shall we?" Tilly said to Mr. Ruskin. She was crouching down beside me. Her hand was cool on my leg. "I hope it hasn't opened up that cut of yours." She knew. I could tell from her voice. Somehow she'd known all along. I clutched my knee tighter still and groaned in agony. I wasn't pretending exactly, just making the most of it. Anything, I thought, anything to delay the dreadful moment when I knew I'd have to take my hand away. "She tripped me, Miss Irvine. That Penny, she tripped me. And she wasn't even in our game. It was on purpose, miss. She did it on purpose. I know she did." "I never," Penny protested. "He just ran into me, that's all. Honest, miss."
Okay, Jed, that is fantastic. So, kids, welcome again, joining us today. Welcome, everybody. Jed, what's the question you have today? Hi, what's the question you have today?
What?
You listen to the question? Yeah, come on, Jed.
What did Penny Prosser do to Dilly?
Okay, so we're going to ask the question, and if you have the answer, I want you to answer the question. What did Penny Prosser do to Dilly? If you have the answer, just tell us. I'm going to unmute everybody. Who said that first? Okay.
Who was it?
Ada said that first. Well done. That was the answer.
You got about... I was listening. I knew you.
You knew the answer. Next time, say it fast, okay? So listen to the next story, and if you get the answer, that's the second prize. So, Jemima, are you ready to play the music now? Okay, so we'll listen to the music.
Okay. I'm going to be playing Mozart.
She's going to be playing Mozart. Loud as Mozart. Well done, Jeremy. So, can you read for us? And listen, kids, whoever tell us the first answer gets the prize. That's it.
Colliding rocks. There are still lumps of rock drifting around in space. In 2014, a mini rocket even managed to land on a comet. Do you think another gigantic meteorite could hit our planet? Fortunately, the chances are very small. Our atmosphere protects the Earth from falling pieces of rock. You'd have thought that a meteorite could easily fall through the thin air of the atmosphere, but meteorites are so incredibly fast, they heat up so much that by the time they reach the Earth, they're often burnt up. Shooting stars are the result. You may have seen them in the night sky. Very occasionally, things go wrong. In 2013, a huge meteorite hit Russia. It was over 16 meters wide. Before entering our atmosphere, it exploded in the sky, and a trail of fire was visible from the Earth. The debris came down at nearly 18 kilometers per second. Many people were injured because of broken glass and shattered windows. Space agencies are trying to detect any lumps of rock from space that may cause problems in the future. One day, they hope to find a way to steer those rocks in the opposite direction, away from the Earth. The meteorite that wiped out the dinosaurs. 65 million years ago, near Mexico, an enormous 10-kilometer wide meteorite hit the Earth.
Wow.
The impact was huge, about 2 million times bigger than the explosion of the largest nuclear bomb. The meteorite went right into the Earth and caused huge vibrations, sparking off tsunamis and horrible earthquakes all over the world. Melted rocks were catapulted into the sky, and hot, glowing lumps of stone rained down into the Earth. An enormous amount of dust was blown into the sky, which meant that the sun couldn't be seen for months. This led to a massive drop in temperature, and the Earth became a freezing cold place. Plants and trees died out because of the lack of sunlight. Many animal species became extinct, including the vast majority of dinosaurs. The vegetarian dinosaurs that survived the catastrophe couldn't find anything to eat, so they died. What about the meat-eaters that were still around? They had the same problem, so they died too. The only types of dinosaurs that survived were the flying ones. You can see their great-great-great-great-grandchildren frolicking around in your garden.
Really? Do you see dinosaurs in your garden? I don't. Do you?
Yes.
Oh,
Birds.
You should continue.
The beginning of planet Earth. Have you ever looked under your bed? If you don't vacuum very often, you'll see some clumps of dust. Small bits of dust and hair that end up on the floor move upwards when there's a bit of wind. When you open a door, for instance, if they collide, they'll stick together. That's why it's easy to pick up lumps of dust and throw them in the bin or blow them out the window. Very old stars stop burning and explode. This way, gas and dust and debris are catapulted into space. These lumps begin to swirl around and very slowly they start sticking together. The sun was formed when very cold clouds of gas and dust came together. When this enormous mass reached a certain size, it began to heat up. Around the sun, there are lots of small planets. The planets couldn't stick to their orbits, and instead, they became more like dodgem cars, crashing into each other. Eventually, thanks to gravity, they melted together into a bigger planet. This is how, nearly 5 billion years ago, our planet Earth came into being. Our planet is, in fact, nothing more than a massive lump of waste. It's made up of the debris of exploded stars. It's brilliant recycling. The Biggest Bang. How loud was the Big Bang? The Big Bang was dead silent. That's because sound is made up of vibrations, as there wasn't anything to shake around yet at that point. There weren't any vibrations. The biggest bang in history was also the quietest. Then the bell went off. Wow, exclaimed Mr. Nolan. That was extremely interesting. Do you really have to go already? Can't you come back after lunch break? Asked Christy. Yes, please, Archie called out. You're much more fun than our teacher. We've learned so much today, Rashid added. Thanks very much. You're a very kind bunch, said Mr. Nolan. Uncle Jack looked at his watch. Well, I could maybe stay for another hour if you'd like us to. If you'd like me to. Who would like Professor Jack to stay on for a bit? Asked Mr. Nolan. Even if it means missing your lunch break. Tom slumped back in his chair. I'd rather have my lunch break. Me too, Geek said. I want to play football. No, please don't go yet, Christy chipped in. You have to stay. Yes, stay, Archie shouted. All right then, Mr. Nolan said. Let's have 5 minutes outside to get some fresh air. All of you, go for a quick run around in the playground. As it's a packed lunch day, you can all eat in class while Professor Jack continues with his talk.
Okay, thank you, Jamie. So, kids, I hope you enjoyed today's reading with Jamie. First of all, if you know the answer, raise up your hands, and I would unmute the person that knows the answer so that person talks first. Jamie, what's the question you have?
My question is, do you have a question?
What sound did the meteorite that fell on the earth? What sound? The Big Bang. What's the sound of the Big Bang?
How loud was the Big Bang?
How loud was the Big Bang? Okay. Chibuma is raising her hands. Can you unmute?
Not very loud.
Not very loud. Okay, that's good. And dear Ayo, what's your answer? Let's unmute Ayo. What's your answer, Ayo? Pardon? Silent. So that's good. But the first answer was Chibuma, so she won the second answer. But I have an extra question today. Ooh. Kids, from Jedida's book, what lesson did you learn from today? If you learned any lesson, raise up your hands and you get a prize for that. What lesson did you learn from today? From the book Jedida read, Wartman. Can you remember? Tick, 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 tick. If I say it, I'll win the answer. Oh, Bayo, do you know it? Bayo? No. What? Come on, tell me. Can I take the answer? Okay, I'll take the answer. Who? Did you raise up your hand, Ada?
Yeah.
Okay, what lesson did you learn?
Be careful on your bike.
Be careful on your bike. Oh, that's good. But I was thinking of something else. Okay, let me say the answer. Pardon? What did you say?
Don't trip people up.
Don't trip people up. Very good. I like that answer. Don't trip people up. But one other thing I learned from today is don't lie. Because when you lie, you have to cover up your lie with another lie and cover up your lie with another lie. Can somebody tell me the lie Dilly told?
No, Penny Potter.
No, Dilly too told the lie. They both told lies. What lie did Dilly tell? Can somebody tell me?
Fell off his bike and blood gushed out.
He lied that he fell off.
Penny Potter lied that Dilly ran into her.
Okay, so Penny lied that Dilly ran into her, and Dilly lied that he fell off his bike. And he did not fall off his bike. Kids, did he fall off his bike? No.
He got a pimple, then he scratched it and
he got a what? Got a what? So kids, our lesson today is no lying, because once you start lying, you need another lie to cover up your lie, and you need another lie to cover up your lie.
So if you lie that you don't have any violin books but you do, then you have to say that you don't have any violin.
Exactly. So you have to just keep lying to cover up the lie. And is lying good? No. We are all about saying the truth because truth matters. So that one of the lessons you are learning during this stay at home is
all
truth
liars
matters.
go to hell.
Oh, that's a strong one. That's it. You end up there. But truth matters. Okay, kids? Truth matters. When you're going back to school, make sure you live in truth. And from Jamie, I think we learned a lot of things about Big Bang, meteorite, and all the knowledge about how the dinosaurs disappeared from the earth because they were hungry. Don't stay hungry during the stay at home because you will just disappear. And I don't think you want to disappear, kids. So thank you for joining us today. We'll see you tomorrow on Reading with Joan. Bye-bye.